Evening all, Kieran here, back with another episode, another anti-post episode. This time it's going through the Coral Cup and the Grand Annual. Firstly, I'd like to thank everybody that watched the previous video, and I hope you all liked the last video. And potentially we got some winners in there of the Ultima, the Boodles, and the National Hunt Chase. But yeah, just the two races I'm going to cover today, the Coral Cup and the Grand Annual. I know there's other races on, other handicaps on the Wednesday, but I'm not particularly interested in the cross country. To be honest, I can leave that to be. It's each their own if they want to back horse in the cross country. So starting with the Coral Cup, obviously won last year by Langadan, who I put up on my anti-post series for the Stayers Hurdle, and I hope that's the way he goes, and I hope Dan Skelton doesn't buy back to it. I don't think he will. The handicap mark is I think he's going off 159. That's far too high for this race. And obviously they've also got the anti-post favourite currently in Be Aware, who was obviously second in the Great Wood, now stepping up in trip. And Dan Skelton is very keen on him. I think he's been putting him up as his best handicap hurdler for this festival. But I got a bit of a short list for this. Obviously, Skelton, like I said, has got a good record in the race. I don't actually back it. I haven't fancied any of him, to be honest. I had the likes of Al Gaspara, Bally Adam, who was second in the race last year, and Anna Benina was also on my short list for this race. She's ran some decent races in the past at the festival, and I think if she does come here, she has got other entries, but if she does come here, she could have a big chance at, I think she's about 80 to 1 currently for this race. So basically she could have a chance, but she's not going to be a selection. The other one was the Tony Martin trained Hamayana, who's currently only 20 to 1, 16, 20 to 1 in places. But he only got a mark of 121, and it's going to take a lot to come out of this race for him to get into it. And also, he is also in the Martin Pipe as well. So I'm not willing to take a swing at him at that short price, just in case he doesn't get in. The two sections I have got, they both should get in. Now, the first one definitely will, and that's Eagle Fang of Will Durkins, who's currently priced at 40 to 1. Best price. I think that's a decent price, to be fair. You're gonna have plenty of chances. He's got plenty of chance here. He's running decent races this season. Obviously, last seen finishing 7th in the long walk hurdle at Ascot, which isn't no mean feat, over 3 miles, which I don't think particularly suits him. He was, I think he's more a 2.5 mile, and this step back to the 2.5 miles in the Coral Cup will definitely suit. That obviously was reiterated when the race before we ran the long walk. He finished 3rd in the Liz Mullen hurdle over 2.5 miles behind Bob Ollinger and Home by the Lee, not beaten very far. I think that's decent standard now. Like I said, coming back to 2.5 miles, back into handicap company, I think 40 to 1, he can certainly outrun his odds. And I wouldn't put anybody off having a go. Obviously, all my bets will be each way, and they will 1 point each way, and they will be 5 places also with Bet365 who are currently giving it. So we get 40 to 1 about Eagle Fang. A small trainer, but this horse is running some decent races this season, and also he also ran in the Boodles now. Fred Winter again. Last season he was disappointing 11th, but I think he's got course form, so that also is a tick in the box as well. Another one with course form, and actually it's another Eagle, to be honest, which is quite ironic. It comes here, and he's only entered here, is Eagle's Reign of Ross O'Sullivan's. Now, he's been very disappointing this season, and obviously not running to his mark that he should have been over the last couple of outings that he's had. They even tried him off in a Potemps qualifier last weekend, which unfortunately he didn't run. Again, he was out the back of the TV and not very excited. So I'm hoping back to Cheltenham, obviously over 2.5 miles. It's his only entry, and maybe it might bring a spring of life back into the horse, and then back in a scene where he ran really well in the Boodles last year, finishing 2nd to Lark in the morning, not beaten very far. I think he was beaten 2 lengths that day. Outrunning his odds, he was 80 to 1 that day. He's currently priced at as big as 100 to 1. Now, again, like I said, 1 point each way, 5 places, 100 to 1. I'm going to put him up at. I just think it's far too big. If he gets back to the form he was at the end of last season, when he ran here in the Boodles, he will certainly outrun those odds again of 100 to 1. So that's Eagles Rain. Moving on to the Grand Annual, and again, last season's winner, Unexpected Party. He's back again for the Skeltons, and obviously, like everybody's seen, he's definitely been plotted around for this race. Obviously, he won a couple of starts back, but since then it's barely been plot to get him back here. And he comes here, he got a mark of 148, which obviously will give him a chance to win this race. Certainly very well handicapped to do so, but I will be taking him on. He's at the top of the market at 10 to 1, along with Liberty Hunter, who is also in here. He's rated 151. So I'll be willing to take him as well. I think he may even go to the Queen Mother as well. So there's potential for that. The two I like in here are both also rated 151, but I'm fairly certain that they should come here. Now the first one is Touch Me Not for Gordon Elliott, currently best priced at 12 to 1. I just think, obviously, he's finished second to Le de Sud. He's finished second to Masborough last 2 starts. I don't think he's going to go for the Arkle. They might take him to the Arkle, but he's 40 to 1 for that. And the Arkle's slightly diluted now that Sagino's not running in it, but surely, first time in a handicap, if he gets to the front, he could potentially dominate in this on a course which is suited to front runners. And I think around 12, 14 to 1. I'm going to take 12 to 1 with Bet365. Again, 5 places like previously. 1 point each way. And I just think he will be in with a shout. The other one that I'm going to put up is at 14 to 1 is My Mate Mozzie of Gavin Cromwell's. Now this is a very lightly raced chaser indeed. He ran only 3 times last season over fences, he won at Cheltenham in the October meeting, and finished 6th in the Arkle before going to the Punchestown Festival, where I believe he finished down the field at Punchestown. I can't remember off the top of my head. He then had a mixture of flat and hurdles races in the summer. He finished a good second in the Galway Hurdle behind Nürburgring, who obviously a lot of people have touted potentially he could be a plot job for the new novice handicap chase. And then last time out he went to the DRF and was second in the 2 mile handicap there behind a Peng Fang, I think you pronounce it, of Paul Nolan's. Staying on second, he was obviously came there looking like coming to the last, looking like he was going to be the winner, and then just probably used up too much petrol to get to the front, get back to the get to the leader, and couldn't quite go past. Potentially with another patient but more forward ride from Donahue this time out. If he does ride, obviously Cromwell has plenty in there in this race, but if Donahue decides to ride this boy, that would even be more of a tick in the box for sure, because he needs to be ridden patient, needs to be brought through slowly, and hopefully he's there coming to the last and we got a chance, because he's certainly got an engine going up the hill. So that's the 4 selections for the 2 races. Like I said, Coral Cup, Eagle Fang 40 to 1, and Eagles Rain at 100 to 1, both a point each way, 5 places. And in the Grand Annual, Touch Me Not and My Mate Mozzie 12 to 1 and 14 to 1 respectively. Again, a point each way, 5 places. Thank you for listening, guys. I will be back tomorrow with the weekend preview video, and also I will be going through the new novice handicap chase and the Potemps final and giving you a couple of selections for each of those as well. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. That'd be brilliant. If you could share it as well, that'd be great. Just trying to get as much content out there. Obviously, we're only 2 weeks away from the festival now, and hopefully we can find some winners, guys. So thanks again for watching, and happy punting.